Trying to find a decent controller that suits your playstyle these days can be quite hard. Just searching the console of your choice and the word controller can bring up so many different options that it can be almost overwhelming. There are obviously your official PlayStation and Xbox controllers that you can buy, but there are so many different choices. If you're looking for a pro controller that has macro mapping and turbo, it can be quite hard to know what to get. Some look very cool but are suspiciously cheap, and others also look very cool but are insanely priced. So allow me to introduce you to the QRD Spark N5. This is a PlayStation controller that is compatible with PS3, PS4, and with an adapter PS5. On top of this, you can also use this on iOS and Android as well as your PC. So I just want to say a huge thank you to the guys over at QRD for sending me one of their Spark N5 wireless controllers, and as you can see here, it looks pretty cool. Now, I feel blown away because this is the first time on the channel where something like this has happened. Someone has sent me something they want me to review and give my opinion on, so thank you guys very much. So the Spark N5 comes with some pretty cool features. You have Hall effect joysticks, which basically are magnetic, which means you're not going to get that pesky drift that you see in quite a lot of controllers. I'm not looking specifically at you Joy-Cons, but we know it's true. It has multiple varieties of LED lights, which you can see flashing on the controller at all times, which is very cool. I love a controller with colours because I'm basically just a basic... As well as this, the controller features a programmable turbo as well as 2 programmable macro buttons on the back. So if we take a closer look at the Spark N5, you'll see the design of the controller shape itself is similar to an Xbox controller, but the layout of the buttons, including your analog sticks, are set up like a PlayStation controller, which means basically you're getting the best of both worlds. You'll see that the design of the buttons is pretty cool for the X, O, triangle and square, and the programmable turbo button is there in the middle. As for your macro buttons, these are on the back of the controller, here and can be programmed with this here. And these things can be programmed by just pressing this set button, holding it down with the button you want to map, and then you can pretty much press any button correspondence you want, which means you could essentially build something in Fortnite at the click of a button, or if you're like me and don't play multiplayer shooter games, then you can do it for such cool things as playing Spider-Man, where you can zip up to buildings on just the click of a button. Which I know sounds really lazy because it's only 2 triggers and an X anyway, but saves me time. So the gameplay you're seeing is of course Spider-Man PS4, because what better way to test the controller made for PlayStation than with one of the greatest games on the console. Now, as I previously mentioned, the N5 has Hall effect joysticks, and oh boy, they are a joy to use, pun intended. So I primarily play these single player games as well as racing games, so I'd like to think I was able to get a pretty good use out of these Hall effect joysticks, and let me tell you, they feel so good. They are very comfortable and very accurate. Now, personally, I would expect a controller of this quality to be upwards of £50 to £60. However, I was shocked to learn that this controller is actually currently being sold for just under £40. And just to reference, the adapter for the PS5 is sold separately, although you can buy it in a bundle with the controller. I think for the price that you're paying, the amount of features you're getting and the amount of compatibility this controller has is well worth the £40 value. So if you are in the market for a new PlayStation controller, I could not recommend this one more. So thank you very much to QRD for sending me this controller, and thank you to you guys for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe and tap the bell for notifications for my future uploads. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.